Hello, Year 12. Some of you have asked for a podcast on how to do the introduction to an essay. The first thing that you have to have, the very first sentence needs to be your thesis statement. This is your response to the question. Yeah, you can just restate the question, but that's not showing your understanding of the question itself. So it's better to put it into your own words. And this is your response to the statement that you provided with. Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? What is the question really asking you to do? All of this needs to come out in that first sentence, that first thesis statement. Once you have your thesis, you may wish to go on to provide a definition of the key terms. This is not actually necessary at this point. It's not a deal breaker for you. But if it's asking for a particular term, for you to analyze, then it's a good idea to give a definition. Say, for instance, you were writing an essay on Metropolis in 1984 and it referred to manipulation. You may wish to provide a definition of what is manipulation and how it can sometimes be positive and how it can sometimes be negative. And you might want to then add in that you're only going to focus on the positive or the negative for this particular essay. You then need to introduce your related text. Both your texts. If it's a close study of a text, then it's only going to be the one text that you introduce. If it is, for instance, the area of study or module C, then you have to have a related text and you need to introduce both. You need to include in there the composer's name. You need to spell that right. You need the date of composition or publication. You need the genre and preferably the medium as well. So, for instance, you would have Shakespeare's tragicomedy play The Tempest, Shakespeare's 1611 tragicomedy play The Tempest. After that, you need to introduce your arguments. So, for instance, say you were doing an area of study question on on discovery within the Tempest and your related text. It may be something along the lines of discoveries are meaningful and lead to opportunities. Or discoveries have a transformative effect on the individual. But what kind of discoveries are you talking about here? And it needs to link with your rubric as well. You need to have an understanding of your rubric. Now we're talking physical, spiritual, knowledge-driven discoveries, scientific discoveries, or your themes are or your arguments going to be related to the themes of the text, such as in the Tempest, you might talk about the discovery of love leads to a transformation, or the discovery of forgiveness leads to a transformation. You then I would urge you to put in a brief sentence about the context of both the texts and how they're, when we look at it, say, through the lens of discovery, what it teaches us broadly about the context, and then you have your roadmap sentence. Now, if the question is a to what extent question, then you need to include the to what extent at this point. But this sentence needs to allow us to then go straight into the body paragraphs. I hope this helps. I hope it makes sense to you. See me in class if you need more clarification. Good luck with your assessment task coming up.